Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with an update video today. We'll have a look at some of the main stories that have caught my attention in the press, and we'll also go into the comment section and check out what has been happening there, comments that have been left on recent videos. Now straight into the news, and some important news today, and it is that the Partido Popular and the hard right party Vox have come to an agreement in the autonomous community of Extremadura. As we can see here, the PP and Vox reached government agreement in Extremadura. The Popular Party of Extremadura and Vox have reached an official agreement to preside over the Extremadura regional government, as confirmed in a joint communique sent by both parties early this morning. As El Mundo has advanced exclusively this Friday, Vox will hold the Ministry of Agriculture, which will be called Forestry Management and Rural World. In their sense, they assure that PP and Vox have thus assumed the responsibility of providing the region with a stable government and with a clear roadmap to put an end to the socialist policies that have hindered the development of Extremadura. So, as I said, some big news there. The PP and Vox reaching an agreement to form a government in Extremadura. It's been going on now for about 3 weeks. They couldn't come to an agreement previously. The leader of the PP in Extremadura didn't want to get into bed with Vox, but apparently she has been pressured by some important people in that political party, and now the agreement has come. And it's also happened in the Valencian community. The Partido Popular and Vox have joined forces there, and in other parts of the country too. I think in Aragon and also in the Balearic Islands, the Partido Popular and Vox joining forces, and time will tell if this happens at a national level. And as we also saw in that article, clear what these two political parties want to do with this new government in Extremadura. As we can see here, put an end to the socialist policies that have hindered the development of Extremadura. And it is true that Extremadura is one of the least developed autonomous communities in this country. So we'll see if this new coalition government can change that. As I always say, time will tell. Now, the next piece of news related to inflation. We saw yesterday the news that inflation here in Spain, interannual inflation that is, has dropped to 1.9%, and I believe that's the lowest inflation figure in the Eurozone, but don't quote me on that. And the government here in Spain, led by Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez, aka Mr. Handsome, patting themselves on the back for that low inflation. But as we can see here, core inflation triples the headline rate to 5.9%. What is it, and why does it matter? Spain has been the first of the large euro economies in which inflation has fallen below the 2% target set by the European Central Bank, according to the advanced data for the month of July published on Thursday by the INE. The general CPI index, which measures the variation in the prices of the most representative goods and services in the economy, fell by more than 1 point to 1.9%. The fall recorded in June is explained, according to the Statistics Institute, because the increases in electricity, fuel and food prices have been less intense this month than in the same period last year. It is precisely these products that are not included in another index that monitors price trends, core inflation, which stood at 5.9%, 3 times higher than the general rate. It is this indicator that central banks are now focusing on because it eliminates the effect of transitory events and more reliably marks the evolution of prices. So there we go. General inflation here in Spain looking good at 1.9%, but core inflation, as we can see here, still a little bit high, just under 6% at 5.9%. Central banks are now focusing on core inflation because it eliminates the effect of transitory events and more reliably marks the evolution of prices. So as I said, core inflation still a little bit high, and we'll have to wait a little bit longer before it comes down, I believe. But nevertheless, as I said, the government here patting itself on the back because of that low inflation, that low interannual inflation rate, 1.9%. Now, the final piece of news that I'm going to look at today, an article that was sent through by a viewer. Jeanette sent this article through, and interesting for people that might be considering retiring here in Spain. Which are the best areas to retire, affordable and with quality of life? Not all pensioners are looking for the same things when they retire: peace and quiet and living near the sea, a wide range of leisure activities, areas with more affordable housing. For many retirees, this time of their lives, when they retire from the labour market, is the perfect opportunity to move to other parts of the country with a better quality of life. Spain, according to the Global Retirement Index, which is carried out every year by the International Living Portal, is the sixth best country in the world to retire. In the top positions are countries such as Portugal, Mexico, Panama, Ecuador and Costa Rica. According to the study, pensioners see Spain as an ideal country for their retirement for more than obvious reasons: the culture, the good climate and the lifestyle. But which are the best cities for retirement in Spain? We'll tell you. And according to Fotocasa, the best city to retire here in Spain is Burgos in the north of the country because of its easy access and affordable prices. The quality of life, the gastronomy, the average price of housing and the climate in any part of Spain are the main attractions for international retirees. But according to the analysis, the city of Burgos is a particularly interesting municipality for this group, given its ease of access on foot from any point in the city and the amount of leisure and tapas bars on offer. And another city they recommend is Logroño, also in the north of Spain, because of its gastronomy and its accessibility on foot. The city of Logroño also stands out as a charming spot for retirees. The reason? Its delicious gastronomy, its size and accessibility on foot, and its popular atmosphere. In Logroño, the average price of rented housing is, according to the Fotocasa price index, €618 for one-bedroom property, €687 for two-bedroom properties, and €798 for three-bedroom properties. So, there we go. According to Fotocasa, the two best cities here in Spain to retire in: Burgos in the north of the country because of its gastronomy and the average price of housing, and also Logroño, which is also in the north of the country. I went there a couple of years ago, also because of its gastronomy and it's easy to get around on foot in that city. So let us know what you think of these two choices, Burgos and Logroño. The only problem I would have with those two cities is that they are a little bit cold in the winter months. The summer months okay, of course, but if you're looking for somewhere close to the coast, maybe not the cities for you. So let us know what you think the best cities here in Spain are for retirement. And again, thanks to Jeanette for sending that article through to me. Now, let's get into the comment section and check out what has been happening there. This one here from Simon: we like the lime crisps from Mercadona. The lasagna is also nice. Yes, Simon, thanks for the comment. And related to a food video that I put out earlier this week, I went to the supermarket Mercadona, picked up some food, pre-prepared food, and I picked up some crisps or chips, some egg-flavored chips. Probably not my favorite type of chip, but they weren't too bad in my opinion, and I'll definitely buy them again. And Simon's saying here that they like the lime crisps, and to be honest, I haven't tried them, but if you say they are good, Simon, I'll take your word for it. And the same when it comes to lasagna, but Mercadona nowadays, plenty of choice when it comes to pre-prepared meals. So thanks, Simon, for your input. Another comment here from Steve-O. The UK press has reported that holidays and flights to Spain, Portugal and Greece have risen 22% in price. Now, we saw yesterday somebody talking about the prices in Benidorm, especially the price of meals, saying that it's very expensive. Prices have gone up, and comparing meals in Benidorm and other places in Alicante, I think Santa Pola was the other place that was compared to Benidorm. Prices a lot cheaper there. And Steve-O here saying that UK press reporting that prices in Spain, Portugal and Greece up 22% in price, which is a fair bit. So places like Benidorm, Mallorca, Ibiza, some of the other hotspots for tourism in this country, obviously experiencing price increases and a little bit out of control in my opinion. Another comment here from JT: we have wonderful fresh bread in Galicia, many different varieties and all very tasty. I agree that Portuguese bread is really good, especially the little crusty white rolls. We travel across the border to buy them. Yeah, thanks for the comment, JT. And this topic popped up in the live stream yesterday. Somebody said that the bread here in Spain is rubbish. I disagree with that. I think they said it's too dry. They also complained that they couldn't get fresh milk Don't know what the story is there, but bread for me, and Galicia in particular has very, very good bread. In fact, you can find good types of bread around the country. Most of the provinces here in Spain have decent bread, or at least that's what I've found on my travels around the country. And when it comes to Portugal, the bread there, in my opinion, very, very good. So good to see that people do indeed like the quality of the bread in this country. Another comment here from Lorna. In Spain, does casino not mean something different to a place to gamble? We went on a free tour with a lovely guy from the tourist info office in Torrevieja, and he took us to the casino there. It was a place for people to meet, chat and read the papers, but only the locals were allowed to sit in the window seats. No gambling, but there was a Moorish-style cafe restaurant at the back. It was beautiful. Yeah, Lorna, thanks for the comment, and this is something that also popped up in yesterday's live stream, casinos here in Spain. Somebody asked me if Spain has casinos where you can gamble, and the answer is yes. They are called casinos like they are in other countries around the world where you play blackjack, poker and things like that. But there's also another meaning for the word casino, and it's what Lorna points out in this comment here, which is not necessarily a place to gamble, but more of a social type club where locals gather, have a drink, maybe have a bit of a chat, maybe something to eat, and they also use the word casino. So in Torrevieja, I imagine there's no casino to gamble, but there are casinos where you can go and hang out with the locals and have a bite to eat and something to drink. And the final comment here from Patricia: gave up my car about 10 years ago here in Tenerife. Fabulous public transport. At the moment, free for the over 65s. Luxury coach, fast between local station and the capital. We live in a pueblo. We have all the facilities we could possibly need, and we are on the coast. We are treated as local, speak the lingo, and just love it. Yeah, Patricia, thanks for the comment, and good to see that you guys are extremely happy down there on the island of Tenerife, enjoying all of the fantastic things that that island has to offer, and very, very high quality of life. And good to see that they have a good public transport system too, which is free for the over 65s. Now this comment here I think is related to a chat that we have been having in the live streams over the last week or so about 15-minute cities. Somebody saying that 15-minute cities are just around the corner. You won't be able to travel outside of your city. There's going to be restrictions, and that is something that I don't agree with. I think 15-minute cities are a concept to get people to use cars less, and that's what Patricia is doing here. Given up the car 10 years ago, taking public transport, and everything is close to where they live, or more or less, I imagine, all of the services that they need. And I think that's what they're trying to promote in big cities here in Europe. They want to get people to use cars less. They want to get people using public transport more. And the concept of the 15-minute city is exactly that. And the positive thing about many cities here in Spain, for example, two cities that we saw a couple of minutes ago, Burgos and Logroño, is that you can get around those cities easily on foot or by public transport. You don't need a car in those cities. And somebody else the other day living in Pamplona, I think it was, hasn't used the car for 15 years because everything that that person needs to do in that city is accessible easily on foot or by other means of public transport, or perhaps even riding a bike or one of those little scooters. So plenty of cities already here in Spain that could quite easily adopt the title of 15-minute cities, in my opinion. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. On that note, I'm going to wrap the video up. Questions and comments, again, the section for you is below the comment section. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego.